There are pieces of glass that everyone praise, and there are some that everyone hates, and they hate the fact that they invested in it. Well, today we're going to talk about one that I really love, and I'm super happy that when I did the trade and got rid of my Sony's, this lens was included. This is the Fujinon 56mm f1.2 XF lens for X mount cameras. I do love this lens. Hey, what is good guys, Chris here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about this beautiful lens, this small 85mm in full frame format, the 56mm f1.2 that Fuji came up with a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure that any and every Fuji X mount shooter has this lens in their bag, because this is something that you should buy if you're thinking about going professional. Well, I'm gonna start with the build quality and tell you that the lens is built out of metal, fully metal. It does have a heft to it and a little bit of a weight, but it feels good on my X-T3 and my X Pro 2. It does have two rings on it. One is the focus ring, the big one. The other one is the aperture ring, and this one goes from f1.2 all the way to f16. It also has the A stop on it, so you can put it on auto if you want to. I am super happy to see that the focus ring is well damped. It's actually perfectly damped, so you can manual focus if you need to, though the lens, it's a focus by wire lens. But the aperture ring, I was hoping for something more clicky, a little bit more tight. It is good, but if you can easily bump this ring and change your aperture unintentionally and ruin your frame. So I don't think that's a big thing. It's just a picky perk that I found, and for me it's a little bit too loose, but it might be just mine. Let me know in the comments below if this is for all the 56mm lenses. It does have a metal mount, but there is no rubber gasket that I can see, so this lens can be considered a little bit less weather sealed, though I'm gonna try this lens in the rain and let you know if I had any problems with. I know that the X-T3 that I'm shooting this video on, as well as the X Pro 3 and the X Pro 2, they have a certain level of water sealing, so that might not be a problem. If you're shooting in like a dreadful pouring rain or in a snowstorm, you might have problems, like a sandstorm or something like that. But other than that, I think you should be okay. Now, inside the lens have 7 rounded aperture blades for beautiful bokeh balls that you and all of us are happy with when we're shooting our portraits, as well as 2 extra low dispersion elements that will help you with chromatic aberrations and color fringing and all that stuff. And it does have an ABC coating to avoid glaring and ghosting. Also, it has a double-sided element, spherical element that will help you with distortion, so that won't be a problem. Like I said, this lens provides a lot of image quality. The color rendition, though I love Fuji very much, it's beautiful on this lens, and it's not only because of the lens but because of the color science that Fuji uses in their cameras. I do love the fact that it's small, and I'm shooting 85mm most of the time in my work because I love the depth of field, I love the bokeh, I do love wide apertures, and I love the focal length that gives me a good separation on the subject. This is probably one of the lenses that I'm going to use the most for my event photography, weddings and engagements and whatever I'm shooting. But for those of you who are more like a 35 24mm, I can only imagine that this lens, it's not something that you're looking for, it's not something amazing. I do believe that everyone should have this lens in their bag because of the quality and because the fact that you will never know when you will need depth of field and bokeh for a portrait, for a client, or even for you, for your family. This lens provides a lot of subject separation because of the 1.2. Like I said previously, for me it's important because I only care about the image quality, the color rendition, the quality quality of the bokeh, the depth of field and everything. So this one, it's a beautiful lens, especially shooting on the X-T3 or on the X Pro 2. These are the only ones that I have right now. I will probably soon thinking about ordering the X-T4, but X-T3 and X Pro 2 are the ones that I'm using daily. I shoot most of these photos on my X-T3 because I wanted to see how this lens runs on the latest and the newest. The autofocus on this lens, it's fast. It's not super fast, probably a little bit under the 5140 that has a very fast autofocus, but I will be happy to say that this lens, it's better than the 35 1.4, way better. So it's not like a slow autofocus. It's not gonna hunt more. You probably have, you know, half a second more comparing to the 50 to 140. I do love the fact that you can carry this lens with you all the time, being a small one, not a huge lens, though it's wide open to 1.2. If you do an easy comparison with the Canon f1.2, that's a huge hefty lens. This one is small and it's very portable. Now, in terms of video quality, I can't tell you enough because I didn't shoot much on it, but I will in the future, and I will probably let you know if I'm encountering any problems. I will probably manual focus the lens just because of the 1.2. And if you're intending to shoot this lens mostly for video work, you will probably need an ND filter for it. This is a 62mm thread if you're using circular filters, or you can use one of your or the square systems that you can put on the lens. Nonetheless, this lens, it's something that you should have if you are a professional shooter. Even for those who are thinking of becoming a photographer and they're starting right now, this lens can provide that quality that will make you smile when you're looking at the photos on your screen, either on the back of the camera or on your computer. Guys, this is pretty much it about this lens. I really love it, and I'm super happy to own this lens. I hope you guys enjoy this review. Like I said, they're my opinions about the lens, not much in technical stuff. I decided to do this when I'm reviewing stuff because I'm thinking that people are interested in how every of these products are performing, not exactly how they were built and what are the you know, internals and every connection and connector, every wire that's inside. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you didn't already, and let me know in the comments below if you own this lens and if you're using it professionally. How does it feel? What is the camera that you are always using it on? Like these videos if you like them, give them a thumbs up, share them with your friends, and let's start build this community around this beautiful channel that I'm trying to build here. And I will definitely see you in the next one.